Jack Whitehall, congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
It has had a great response, but I think my favorite response of all was your girlfriend's. She was more excited about the story appearing on her Instagram than on Kim Kardashian's Instagram than the response this has had. What was your response to that? That was a lot of responses in there, by the way.
Yeah, no, that was not just my girlfriend, it was my sister and my mother as well, who also follow Kim Kardashian. And they put it in the family WhatsApp group. And we're like, oh my God, this is the proudest I've ever been of you. You featured on Kim Kardashian's Instagram. I was like, wow, that's really telling insight into, your what you find impressive. And then my mum chimed in and she was like, maybe you could go around and do a kids party for them. You could go and do a little performance for Kim Kardashian's children dressed as the dog. I was like, I think I'm beyond doing children's parties now, Mother, but thank you very much for the advice.
I love that she's happy to pimp you out if it means that she gets to meet Kim K.
Yeah, definitely.
You got to ad-lib. I know there's not a lot of ad-libbing in this movie, but you got to ad-lib in certain scenes. As an Australian living in Ireland, a lot of what I say gets muddled up. People don't necessarily understand. As an English comic on an American set, were there any times where you ad-libbed and people had no idea what you were saying?
Yeah, I think quite a lot. Like there's quite a lot of jokes that I do that completely fly over Americans' heads. So there was a fair few times when I would say something and they would have absolutely no idea what I was talking about, be it the language barrier or be it just my sense of humor. And so, yeah, you're always fighting a bit of an uphill battle when it comes to improvisation because you never know what they're going to go with.
One of the inputs you had into your own character was you said that, you know what, I think he should be eating a lot. When you got onto set, though, the reality of what that would mean really kicked in. Did you regret that suggestion?
Yeah, that was a terrible choice because you forget you're going to film these scenes over and over and over again. And in basically every scene in the movie, I'm eating something and normally like really greasy fast food. So, by the end of the shoot, I was about the same size as Clifford because I'd just eaten so many burgers and hot dogs and ice cream and what felt like a really funny character quirk ended up being an absolute millstone around my neck.
In this, you go for a walk with Clifford, with Emily, and you turn around and Casey says, "It's New York. No one will notice." What has been the most surreal thing to happen to you in Hollywood?
The most surreal thing to happen to me in Hollywood was probably going to the Jungle Cruise premiere. I hadn't been to the cinema for like 2 years and was flown out to LA for the premiere of that, which was at Disneyland, and to see my movie on a big screen in Disneyland with all these fans that had come out, it was very overwhelming and was definitely like thus far the biggest kind of like pinch me moment that I've had in my kind of American film career.
Jack, when you were starting out, if anyone said to you, this is what your career is going to look like, what would you have said to them? Would you have believed them?
No. I definitely didn't see it all kind of like panning out like this. And, whilst obviously it would have been a pipe dream to be doing kind of big studio movies, it was certainly never like a given. And I feel so fortunate and blessed that I'm able to make films like this and or put them out into the world right now as well. You feel extra lucky just because it's been such a long journey to get this one into cinemas because of all of the delays and the pandemic. And so, just feel so lucky that it's finally going to be seen by an audience.
I was reading an interview you did and you were talking about your early career and you said, I wish that the first part of my career, when I was finding my feet and working out what I wanted to say, didn't exist in public. Why is that?
Because I think you don't really know who you are when you first start doing stand-up or performing or appearing on TV, and you have to go through a little bit of a learning process and you develop as a performer. And for me, I was on TV from a very early age, so I did a lot of that development in public, and therefore, a lot of my early performances, I don't think the jokes are that good. I'm maybe not like quite settled in my own skin, and I certainly didn't find my voice for the first couple of years. So it's not necessarily work that I'm particularly proud of, but it's out there and it exists and you can find it on YouTube. So I kind of wish maybe I'd had a little bit more of that development happen off camera, but you can't really control that, and I'm sort of happy that I've moved beyond it, and hopefully not a lot of people will remember it.
Well, now they're probably going and Googling it all, and I'm sure every American late night TV show will have it there for you to react to. Jack, there's been talk about a sequel for Clifford. Are you coming back for it? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think the sequel is in development at the moment. They're trying to come up with a new story, and the writers are working hurriedly to try and think of a new adventure to send Clifford and Emily and Casey on. So yeah, I'll be more than happy to jump back into it, because I had so much fun filming the first one, and it would be lovely to get the chance to do it all over again. Well,
looking forward to seeing you in that. But in the meantime, we have Clifford the Big Red Dog. Jack, thank you so much for taking time to chat.
Thanks very much. Nice to speak to you.